is HaShulchan Yardeh Siman Zion Siv Gimel to Siv Ches Siv Beis, day 40 of the supplemental HaShulchan Yomi series. Gimel, in Mamayim Beside Mizagal, if water is making this wheel turn, B'Sham Tzavara V'Sam Tzavara Be'emon Egagal, you put the neck of the animal opposite this water wheel. Initially, shechted by the water wheel. She does a psul. Shechita will be puzzle. There is no human force. Galgal amad. If the wheel stop, such as there's a board which is impeding it from rolling, from rolling is probably the wrong word. Turning. And a person removed the board, and then the wheel started turning, and the first gilgul. Koach Rishon. This gilgul came from human force. But it's true, but Rishon, the first turn. One complete revolution of the wheel. Said comes from human force. Obviously, we're shame, but the second revolution, Koshkin Haba, and certainly from there on in, the human force is gone. The human being is only the cause. She discovered that it's going to start turning. That's going to continue turning. But his actual force was dissipated in the first turning. When you're in, most of the water is turning it. It was shechted through by the second turning. From there on in, she does possible. It's not like a pulley without water. Everything it turns. It's all considered to be human force. There is no other force involved. But with the water, it's turning because of the power of the water. Of course, electricity would be the same issue. But I think with electricity, even flipping the switch would be a question of koach adam, because it's not the same type of asoras monea. There's no force there, which you're then releasing by the koach gavra of moving the board. You're just flipping the switch. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm sure they have. I'm sure many people spoke about it. I'm sure that source should say in either direction. My guys called my, but by water, it's just turning on account of the water, the power of the water. Bracket says the regardless, since the issue is it's not his koach, his force, it's the force of his force. Not clear. The zakim goes in terms of damages, and in terms of going to go to be killed somebody inadvertently. This koach is considered to be his koach. And I think also for Lishma by Matzah, we're going to might consider it enough that to push the button, even though once you push the button, it continues on its own. That's why machine matzahs are considered to be shmura matzahs. Find for that you don't require this. That time, the reason is like we said, grama. It's human force, but it's caused force, not direct force. The grama ba'amu is just causal. I can't show. Mashishina Pirusha Mishkita, the Rapapa, that which you change his interpretation from Shkita to Rapapa, I guess Rashi said slightly differently in the previously. Everything is based on the context. Avatam Echo, there is the same Ayin Sham Beduk. Ches, Im Yeshu Sakin Shiltita, is there a specific measure for the Shkita knife? Avstan Shkita Ein Lo Shir Larko, the Shkita knife has no shear, no set measure for its length. Kalmu Chazal Chazadim Shechel Balacha B'Vad only by pushing or by pulling. Then the knife has to be as long as the length of the neck of the thing which is shechted together with its hide and its backbone. The chutzla are at a full additional length beyond the neck. Klomar, the length has to be the length of two necks with the hide and with the backbone. When the knife has this shear, below Jerosa, then that's sufficient to check without applying pressure, either when you are extending it out or bring it back in. Make a shear that we don't have this shear, and it's in the below draw, so you can't check the simone without applying pressure. Therefore, it's no good. That's a rod. Nevertheless, even the that's a measure of knife. It's not necessarily true that you have to draw the entire knife across the neck before it's considered to be that the majority before the majority of the siman mashechet. Then there's a person can't be careful with this. When a knife is sharp and I don't know what the difference between chad and charif is. Maybe it'll come up later on. Chad is sharp and charif is also sharp. It cuts most of the simanim before you finish your stroke. But they are saying this that at that point you have enough to shech with ample room without applying pressure. From the rush, that will be clarified later again. Based on shechting with the back and forth stroke, this is the preferential way to do shechita. Like it says in I think that's what it means. Answer shear clyde on shear all day. So back and forth, he won't apply pressure even if it's a small knife. If he goes back and forth, I feel koshu even a small knife. I feel even like a razor. An ismol is a very narrow and small razor. Some people used to make their razors have some horns for adornment, the matzit side roshan, and it inclines towards their heads. No, that you can't use. The mitog shu katan motz is very small. Unisha minat savar, it's going to get jump off the neck. Maybe when you're going back and forth, you have to be concerned. Maybe you're going to somehow get underneath the simonim, or that those horns will pierce them. It's Rashi. But you can use those to have no horns. Don't make a decree not to use those ismalim, lest you come to use ismalim with horns. That's Gemara and Daf Lamed Aleph. So Mishnah says the brackets are Mishnah Duk. The Mishnah, that is the Chiddush of the Mishnah. But Dafka is a measure. It's got to be a razor which has some length to it. Those have no length at all. They're like a needle, the nokeb, which pierces the korea and rips. It doesn't cut. I feel machach sanlash avtas, and even a cobbler's needle, which is a little bit thick, and has sharp blades, which you use to cut the strands with which you sew the shoes. So the shkita is also. That's the money. It's going to pierce the seam, but it's not going to cut them. So what does it mean? It says even a koshu. Sounds like even a needle breadth could be enough. Is a sheet that has some shear. It says the Tyson Shah stuff. Sam McGill points out. From the words Rama and Tur in the Shulchan, nearest to the Kanaim who okets. This horn is like a stinger, It's not wide or rounded at the top of the razor, but it's a sharp stinger. You have to be concerned that because it's small and sharp, the person is going to pierce the animal with that with that stinger. The is a kotag and therefore it's a small razor and it has this oketz. It's also by large knife. Low yellow oketz shouldn't have any stinger type thing. And so chumrah it's just a chumrah. Because small razor like implement umedina. That's according to the strict letter of the law. And that's it, right? Yeah.